Hey everybody, it's Dana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to play with this adorable stamp set from My Favorite Things. I love these little bunnies, especially because I always call my children Snuggle Bunnies. I thought this was a perfect stamp set to make a quick card with. So let's get started. I'm going to bring in my Misty. And of course, I love my Misty for several reasons. One, because if I stamp something and I don't get a good impression, I have the opportunity to go right back and stamp the image again and know that it's going to line up. So I'm just going to use two of the adorable bunnies out of this stamp set. I'm just going to line them up on my cardstock. And since I'm going to be coloring this, I'm going to use some Copic friendly ink. Now you can use any kind of ink that you like. I'm going to use Simon Says Stamp. I usually will also use the black onyx ink. But this one was handy and I'm going to grab this one. So I need to slide that magnet out of the way. And this is what I mean about why the Misty comes in handy. You see right there, I missed that little spot. I can easily go back in, re-ink up my bunnies, and then stamp them again, and they're going to be perfectly lined up. Now, mind you, you can do this with a stamp press. You can do this with the Stampaholic tool. I just happen to have the Misty. All right, now since that's done, I'm going to grab some Copic markers. I will put all of the Copic marker colors in the bottom of this description and over on my blog. I'm going to speed this up a little bit and let you guys watch. Alrighty, now that's colored up, I'm going to grab some quick designer paper and I'm going to make a cute little hill out of this. I'm just using a half moon die just to cut that out, and I want to pop my bunnies on top of it. Right now I'm just going to play around where I want my bunnies to sit because I want to put a sentiment on the front of this card as well. So I'm going to just kind of adjust my bunnies to see where they need to be. And anytime I do a sentiment, I like to do it in the VersaFine black ink. This is my favorite ink to use for sentiments. It gives me a great crisp image every time I use it. All right, so what I want to do is just make sure that I add some pink little cheeks to my bunnies. When I was coloring, I totally forgot about it until now. So I just want to add those pink little cheeks in there because they're too stinking adorable. I'm just going to blend that out. and our bunnies are done. So now I can go back to assembling the card. So what I want to do is just make sure that I leave a little bit at the top because I want to do a little bit of sponging behind the bunnies. So I'm going to press down my paper just lightly, not until it's like perfectly stuck on there, just to see how high I want my hill to be. So that is a little bit too high. So I'm going to gently pull off the paper and I'm going to bring that hill down. And I thought instead of just doing a regular hill of white, I thought using a graphic paper really brought in some fun to my card. So now I want to go ahead and use some foam tape because my bunnies are going to be popped up on my card. I'm going to place it down just to make sure I have everything where it needs to be. Those look really good there. So now I can go right back in and I can start sponging. So I used here some cracked pistachio because it has like a bluey green, but it goes on really, really light. So I'm just going to sponge some of that, that's not a word, Dana, sponge some of that cracked pistachio. Oh my God, I can't talk. Cracked pistachio onto the back. And those are just, that color's just going to be peeking right behind the tiny little bunnies. I just didn't want it to leave it stark white. I just wanted to make sure there was some color, like maybe it looked like a little bit of a sky behind them. Now I just need to trim off the bottom of that excess paper. And trust me, that paper's not going to waste. You'll see it on another card. Alrighty, and that is the card for today. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Don't forget to subscribe. See you soon. Bye-bye.